Radio Van. Hot, fresh, and ready to go.
103.1.
Rafi, is home a place?
Ina, home is a feeling or just an idea.
Rafi, home is Hayastan.
Home is wherever I lay my hat down.
But it's the land under our feet, the air that we breathe, and the mountains that we see in a distance.
Ina, home is just another one of those four-letter words. Love and home.
No, home is where you were born and raised, Rafi.
Oh, come on.
No, listen.
Wait.
How can you say that?
Okay.
Can we agree on something, Rafi?
Yeah.
Home is where the heart is. Where is home?
We'll find the answer with someone new every Friday night from 9 to 10 with Ina.
And Rafi.
Homesick at home. Have you ever felt that way?
Shot City. I'm coming home again.
We're coming home here in our studio tonight with Rafi and lovely.
Oh, can I say that? Can I say that part? And the lovely Ina MK.
This is 103.1 Radio Van, and this is our Friday night evening show, Homesick at Home. And tonight we have a guest, a multi-talented, I think, yeah, it's
Multi-talented, absolutely.
Absolutely. Canadian-Armenian artist, and not only an artist, Hari, not Krishna.
Not Krishna.
Ketenjan. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
How do you feel?
I feel okay.
Is
yes,
the couch
good.
comfortable?
Thank you. Very comfortable.
Good.
Good. Done.
Rafi, where were you? Why were you late?
Why was I late? Okay, so I showed up maybe like 5 minutes before the radio program started, and it's because I went to the Yerevan Wine Festival that's starting tonight. Fantastic. So basically you go over, you pay 4,000 dram, you get a ticket for each of the different vendors, and they each give you a little sampling, a little tasting of all the wines they're creating.
Drunk?
Are
you?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Me?
I'm happy. I'm in my normal happy state.
Okay. I'll go there tomorrow.
Right. When we're not recording a radio show, is that what?
Yes. Harijan. Let's
Yes.
get back to our guest. Okay.
Of course.
Could you tell us a little bit where were you born? About your background. Were you born here?
Yeah. What brings you here to our studio tonight?
Oh,
to
I'm an
Armenia,
Armenian
first
now
of all.
anyway.
Yeah.
To Armenia first of all. Okay. Yeah.
Now I'm Armenian.
Yeah.
I carry the passport.
Oh,
Fantastic.
really?
Yes,
Right.
so
Congratulations.
I've been coming
It's
here
official.
since 2012, my first time. And but I was short of knowing what Armenia is, the culture, music. I lived in Los Angeles with lots of Armenians from Armenia, and we played music there with them. So I have a close relation with the country. I mean, with the culture and everything. And I fall in love, of course. And I've been coming like at least 3 times a year here. And then finally I decided to have my Armenian passport or citizenship.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You fell in love with the country or with a particular person?
Mm-hmm.
Is
Is it X-rated?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're free to speak anything on it.
Yeah, whatever you like.
Oh, of course. Hayastani Akhchiknera. Come on, give me that. It's beautiful. You know, we've been rated, like our woman has been rated one of the beautifulest women in the world.
I've seen. The women are the most beautiful. The men...
Ugliest.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No. Okay.
Yeah, this was a joke.
Yeah, to all our male listeners out there, don't take it personally.
Poor guys.
Okay. How did you decide to travel to Armenia first?
I love traveling, and I left home when I was 12. 18. When I say home, I born in Baghdad. With Armenian family, Armenian school, Armenian culture, Armenian clubs, dancing, all those Armenian dance. I participated in so many things like that. Yeah, and then finally I started learning the guitar, and I started playing guitar, and I had a band there, and then I left when I was 18. I said by the time I got to Toronto or Canada or Montreal rather first, it was 1977. And since then, I lived few years, and I went to Los Angeles. I lived there again 5 years. Come back to go to art school because I started art late. This is what happened at the school when everybody sits beside you, your friends and stuff like that. They doodle. I couldn't doodle. I couldn't do anything. I thought, oh, this is not for me, this art thing. So I went to music. Years after, in Los Angeles, I discovered with the good teacher I had, Bob Weaver at the Glendale College, Community College, and he told me, in order to be an artist, you need to learn the techniques. So once you learn the techniques, then you can explain it later on with your, and that's what happened. I just studied there, and then I wanted to go full time. It was very expensive. And then I discovered that Toronto offers one of the best art programs there. So I came there, and I had 4 years, and I made my BA there. Late, like I was 90, no, I was 45 maybe. I made my BA.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And, but so what were you doing before then? I mean, let's say professionally. What were you doing for work?
Professionally, I made my money mostly working jewelry and music. In Los Angeles, we used to play 3-4 times a week with all the Armenian various parties and stuff like that. And in the morning, I was like a jeweler. But once I...
I love it, yeah. Jeweler by day, musician
jeweler by day,
night,
music by night. Yeah.
Armenian by choice. No.
Yeah, and then after I made my BA, there was an opportunity for me to go to a place called San Miguel de Allende in Mexico. And I went almost every winter for almost 10 years there.
Wow.
I used to teach art. I used to play guitar in the clubs at night, 2-3, like few like half an hour before dinner. Just little clubs, little the restaurants and stuff like that. I make my money like that.
To set the mood, kind of, for like
Set
dinner.
the mood, and stuff like that. And so that would have paid my rent and my food, myself. And then I start selling my art. There where the good things start happening, and they went like a good $6,000 a piece.
Really?
Yeah. But
Wow.
The thing is here,
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
they used to take a 50% off of these calories, So, and then I start like walking like an artist, and then stuff. So problem starts in Mexico, as you know, and people know in those years. So I went back. I came back to Toronto, and I worked for the city of Toronto for about 15, 16, or close to 18 years, teaching art.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's all about it, I guess.
I mean, that's a good story. I'm curious about like the different. So you're involved with all the different social scenes, the kind of musical scenes where people go out and have a good time in various different countries around the world. And I'm kind of curious about the differences because, I mean, I can't even imagine what the nightclubs or the party scene is like in Baghdad compared to, say, Mexico and Toronto, like all these different places. I mean, what is that like?
Yeah. When I say Baghdad, that was like 53, 55 years ago.
Wow.
There was all other things, Baghdad was like nightclubs and stuff like that. And it didn't last long. I mean, I was there only playing music for 4 years. Then I left to Beirut, Lebanon, and I stayed there 5 years, And then I went to Greece, and then in Greece I started singing and playing the bouzouki and stuff like that. And things come easy for me. I don't know. I mean, I'm not bragging about myself. I'm not saying that there are those things that it comes easy to some people sometimes, eh?
I think it's all about how you take in the world, right? It's like how you. I always feel it's like how I react to what goes on around me. Mm-hmm. And that way, I feel like I become lucky because I'm always seeing the opportunity or the thing that which might be considered bad can be good. Like
exactly.
It's just all how you look at it.
Yes.
You feel the same way then, huh?
Yeah, for me, there is no bad or good. I might do something good, but then feels bad for you. and vice versa, you know. So for me, bad or good is only happening things. Things happens, and depends how you react to it, and then how you take it, and all these things. But people think that is bad is there and good is there, and they're fighting with each other. No,
There
I
is a
don't think.
saying that life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how I
How
react
we
to it.
react
sure.
to it, exactly.
So it's
Yes.
all about attitude. Now we're gonna have a little break and come back, discovering more of Hari Ketenjan. Stay tuned. This is Homesick at Home on 103.1.
Ռադիո One.
Բալես, երկուսին գումարած 2, ի՞նչ է անում։
Երկու պապ։
Այդ ո՞նց։
Հենց այդպես 40 գործում է 2+2 հավասար է 2 սուպեր շահավետ հավասարումը։ Բոլոր այցելուներին ով կպատվիրի 2 բաժին խոզի խորոված, մենք հյուրասիրում ենք եւս 2 բաժին։ Համեցեք կարաս խորոված ուտելու։
Реклама на Радио Ван. Нас слушают творческие.
Դուք ունեք հաղորդագրություն Vivaroից։ Հենց այսօր մեծ ուրբաթ մրցաշար Vivaro Blot-ում 1.2 միլիոն մրցանակային ֆոնդով։ Մանրամասները vivaro.am կայքում։ Իդեպ Vivaro Blot-ում ամեն ուրբաթ խաղարկվում է 1.2 միլիոն։
Алло, Барьер.
Привет. Ну, где встречаемся?
Դրախտում։
Извини, я не могу. Я жене изменил. Один раз. Так что в рай я уже не попаду.
Այդ դրախտում չէ։ Դրախտում։ Այն որ բուսաբանական այգու մոտ է։
А, ресторан Драк. А, это там, где все как в раю?
Ճիշտ այդպես, հա, հենց տենց ամեն ինչ ոնց որ դրախտում։
Все заметано. Встречаемся.
Դրախտում։
Ресторанный комплекс «Драхт» рядом с ботаническим садом. Телефон 62 22 02.
Շահավետ առաջարկը Յունիբանկից բոլոր նրանց համար, ովքեր արդեն ունեն գործող հիպոթեկային վարկեր։ Տեղափոխեք ձեր վարկը Յունիբանկ 15 տարի մարման ժամկետով եւ ընդամենը 10% տարեկան տոկոսադրույքով ԱՄՆ դոլարի դեպքում։ Առաջարկը գործում է մինչև սույն թվականի հունիսի 30-ը։ Յունիբանկ 59 55 55 եւ 3w.unibank.am։ Չորրորդ միջազգային PR գագաթաժողովը Հայաստանում մայիսի 19-ից 21-ը արտերկրից ժամանած առաջատար խոսնակներ, գործնական սեմինարներ եւ մասնագիտական կապերի հաստատում մեկ վայրում։ Մանրամասների համար զանգահարեք 055 99 22 34 կազմակերպիչ Dim Communications։
Для рекламы звоните 540002.
Երեք էլ դու ասում էիր սկսելու եմ վաղը։ Orange Fitness Premium Acumb.
Rafi, are you sick of being homesick?
I am. And you know, misery loves company.
Want to talk about that?
Let's talk about that. Homesick at Home.
English speaking show.
We are back.
Yep.
Speaking about home, and can I ask you, Hari, where is your home? After all these countries you've
Yeah,
visited.
we've heard that you traveled quite a
Yeah.
bit. So, what do you consider to be home?
No, it's always been Armenia. It's always been Armenia. I mean, since, like I said, when I was in Baghdad, you see, first thing we learn in Armenia, in Baghdad in our school is how to say Hayam yes. And then the first thing you draw is the Masis and Ararat, Sisu Masis. I mean, we live with it. I don't know. There was no time for me that I never been Armenian. I just told her. I mean, I was Armenian before I born, and I'm Armenian now, and most likely I'll be Armenian after I die. You know, that's how I feel about it. I feel home. I feel home.
What do you miss about Armenia the most when you live here? When you live back?
You know,
to
it's
Canada.
when you come to Armenia, for me, like, you know, like Hovot Sirem, Churut Sirem, and all that things, right? And then you see, of course, other things. I mean, like regular things, bad people, bad attitudes, and then you start kind of resisting, putting yourself aside. And then when I go back, all that things vanishes. Like I see only good people in Armenia. That when I come here, I see that differences, you know. I miss Armenia. I like it just like, you know, not taking a shower for a few days, you know. When that time happens, I feel like I gotta go Armenia.
And what are there certain things that you would like to change here? I mean, do you have any things that, any concerns about modern Armenia today?
Yeah, there are lots of things to talk about this, but I rather keep my love to my land, you know, my sky, my water, my children, my hoga, my ranziala, you know, but there are lots of negative things there. But why would I look at those negative things? I keep the positive things. We're still okay. But the only thing I'm concerned, and it really bothers me, and it hurts my heart when I hear those foreign words in my Armenian language. I mean, you can speak any language you want, but keep it clear. Speak that language, but don't mix it with my language, or our language rather. Sorry, you know, like even in the parliament, people use these foreign words. I never hear that.
Right,
I
like
lived
in the middle of a
Greece.
sentence, they take a word from Russia or America. Like
Now
English.
now it's like potential.
Yeah.
Why not honorability, for example? You know.
I'll tell you why, because I'm guilty of that as well. I do it all the time because I don't know how to say that word. It's too big, it's too long, and so I just say like the English word, but with a little twist on it.
But that's because you don't know them yet.
It's because it's my ignorance.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know
You're
it.
American. I mean, let's say that you live there. I mean, I don't mind people in all around the world they speak mixed Armenian stuff.
Yeah.
You see, for us, Armenia is the Mecca that we want to see clear Armenian, clear art, clear religions, whatever, all these things. You know, because everything comes from here. So if we lose Armenia, then Spurk is bye.
You know, it's very interesting that you say that, and I totally understand what you're saying. But I mean, like, so much of Armenia exists outside of Armenia. I mean, isn't it not a mix of all these other cultures that they're coming from? You know, and they're coming back here to Armenia.
Yeah, well, because this is, you see, no matter how small we are here, this is the essence of what we have. It's
language, yeah.
Orinavor, Orinagan Hayastan. Or, you know, I mean, this is the regular Armenia. This is our Armenia. It's been how you say, internationally accepted, and a flag, and United Nations, and all the things. So, I mean, we have our Western Armenia, we have Spurk, but that is like a bird on the tree. But this is a bird in the hand. We want to keep that bird in the hand, live and well.
The genuine language, yeah?
I think without the language and the culture, there would be any culture's existence. The cultures will vanish without their language, without their music,
culture,
art, and panasterutun, poet, you know, and poetry and stuff like that. That keeps the... Gomidas says, go ask the people about the culture, because they are the ones who make the culture.
Right.
You're such a happy person, with a good soul. You know, it just exudes out of you. You know, like this energy. I'm always curious. What is it like?
I want to see him dance.
That too. I would love to see. I would love to see him dance. I'd love to see him play the guitar.
Oh,
and hopefully
when you see me dancing,
and
man.
It's a totally different show if we see him dancing, right? Like,
so this is your passion, singing. Maybe we can say it that way.
Dancing?
Yeah, dancing, singing.
Dancing, singing, music. Oh, I'm a good farmer.
Wow.
I farm. I have a big land at home, and I'm in Toronto. I grow so many things there: fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and a good cook. A good cook.
Like
are
said,
you going to invite us for dinner?
Exactly, but pay your own ticket to come there.
I mean here. And if you had to choose between music and art, what would it be? That's a difficult question, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, it is very difficult, very difficult. I can't live without one of them. You know, just has to be three of them rather. You know, music, dance, and the painting. I can't live without it. You know.
Okay, he doesn't want to give up anything.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask a question though. Like, so you're so happy and everything. How is it like in Armenia, I find that there's people who are really happy and excited about life, and then there's the opposite. The few people who I just see on the street or I encounter when I'm at the store who have this grimace, this sad face, you know, and they just don't even want to talk with me, you know, like, how is that interaction with you, you know, like you're full of energy, you're excited about life, you know?
I tell you something. For me, it's so easy to spend 1,000 tram to go from where I live in Trier Mas, and then come here. But what I do is I take the Mashotis, I take the bus, I take the number 44, I mingle with them. I see those drunk people, I see the women that carrying their food home, I see some of them, I see the young women, they are smiling when they see a young boys and stuff like that, right? I want to be part of that. But every year I come, I see more people, that sadness there. I mean, why not? Of course, a guy works or a person works and makes 2,000, 3,000 dirham a day. What are you going to do? 3,000 dirham is what? Is nothing. So how this guy is going to be happy for? You know, I'm not saying money is everything, but it looks like it's everything in Armenia. It's everything.
Well, I don't agree with you. Money is not everything in Armenia, of course, but people have their own concerns about their living.
Everyone has a tough time. I mean, when you've got enough money, money's not a problem. But when you don't have enough money, I can understand. You know, like you try to make ends meet.
Well, it's maybe I should correct myself about the money is everything in Armenia. It's not only in Armenia, everywhere. Money is almost everything.
Well,
almost. In Spanish, they say casi. Casi. Dinero is casi necesario para vivir. It's very important to live. I
just
speak
agree
Spanish.
with whatever it is that's being said.
Didn't I say I speak Spanish?
Comprende un poco español.
Un poco español.
This is an international show. Do you have a favorite Armenian artist?
Painters, you mean? Or musicians?
Yeah, painter.
Painters, yeah. Well, they're all dead, but I love them, though. I love them. Sarian Minas, Khanjian, Gochar, the old ones. Like, you see, we have new ones, but I'm not that so much interested about them.
What is it that makes those older artists different? What separates them? What is their...
They are more Armenians, I guess. There are like Shiraz for me. Shiraz is it's really a guru, a god for me. When you hear that guy, I mean, it's everything about Armenia, everything about our well-being, everything about keeping our heritage. There is a cassette that he released a few years back, like 50 years ago maybe. It's been smuggled to Spurk. And now it's everybody can hear that. I always, every time I'm like a bit away from my Armenianity, I hear that and it's my heart is full of joy and I'm so proud that I'm Armenian. I mean, I'm proud that I'm Armenian. Probably I couldn't be anything else but Armenian. It's different. It's different. Armenian is.
Why don't you teach Armenian dances then?
Speak?
Teach
Armenian
dances.
Well, when I was young, I did those stuff, those jumping up and down. Yes, I danced for 3-4 years with Armenian, and then I did with a few years in another. What was it? In Baghdad there was this folkloric dance I did. And that was a banana. You think I can jump like that now? Or do the suraru bara, like this. I can't do that.
But we see the little flag bracelet on your wrist. The Karmir Kaput Tiranagoy. Where can we see your works? Let's speak a little bit about your art.
Well, I have the site there. If you go to Google, just punch Hari Katenjian. You will see that site should be renewed or whatever. But
updated?
Yeah, just upgrade it. But, dancing is taking much of my time now. I don't paint like before. Dancing older you get, you need this, you know.
It's interesting you say it. My father's the same way. My father loves dancing right now. He loves it every single night.
Yeah.
He is out there dancing.
Wow.
It's salsa, tango,
wow.
kind of blues music, like whatever it is, he's out there dancing. He's even teaching now too.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand what you're saying.
Yes, it's a relief. It's how you say, you take the toxic out. The toxic in your body out, especially the old age related molecules.
And are you dancing here in Armenia?
Yes, there's a place. Should I name it? Okay.
Yeah,
there are a few places here we dance.
Yeah,
I dance like 2-3 times a week.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we have this what they call now dos amigos. Sometimes Yankee Pub, sometimes Mi Moreno, sometimes in Yerevan, old Yerevan, upstairs there's one woman, she organizes every Saturday, I go downstairs. And I have quiet people that they know me, those little girls, they know me, and they like to dance
you.
with me. Yeah, no, I follow them, they follow me. Yeah.
What
Very
inspires you the most for drawing? Do you have a certain inspiration? Except Armenia.
Yeah, inspiration for
drawing, painting.
Painting. Yeah, well, you see, sometimes I paint out of desperation. Sometimes I paint out of depression. Sometimes I paint because I'm happy. It's so various things, like. My studio is just by my bedroom there at Toronto. I sleep and I can't sleep, then whoop, up there and get the brush and paint. And all of a sudden I feel tired and then I go sleep. It's for me, it's everything. When, how you say, when you love one woman and then, like she is everything for you. Yeah, something like that.
Are you married?
No, but
do you have a
no,
girlfriend?
I'm not married. No.
Why?
Why is he not married?
Yeah. Does art take too much time?
Art takes time. It's come on. I mean, you're married and 3 o'clock in the morning you jump out of the bed and go and paint. My wife will beat you. My wife will
like
beat
that,
me up. You're crazy. Get the hell out of me.
He's scared of his potential wife. Okay.
So can you tell us a little bit more about your art though? Because I haven't seen it yet. So like, what is your medium? What are the different things that you're painting?
Yeah. I work with all the mediums: acrylic, oil, charcoal. I sculpt as well. But the most important part of my painting is with encaustic. Encaustic is a wax, beeswax, or nowadays we have the macrocrystallized version of that wax, and I melt it and I mix it with the paint and stuff like that.
Really?
Yes.
So
and then, yeah.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
And it's like spatulaing on the yeah. And that was so important for me to do that kind of things with my Mexican art. Mexican art, I mean, is their houses, those streets are a bit different. The colors of each house is different. One color of this year it's shaded off, and another color put in the top. Another rain came.
I've
and
never been, but I can imagine.
You never been there?
I can imagine it now.
I love Mexico. I used to love Mexico there, but now that's gone. Now all I love is Armenia. I go here to the Gond. I go to the old places, where all these broken, tear down houses, especially in the villages. I love those village scenes there, and just sit there and try to, I work like spiritually. I like to be integrated to it, and I like that thing to integrate in me, and then the wall will explain itself by me as I explain the wall by my feelings. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Is this your philosophy? What is the philosophy of your art?
Philosophy? Okay. We are two person in one. We have a body and we have a spirit. A spirit needs to explain itself, and it explains itself by dancing, singing, painting. That's how you know a person, you know. So that's how I see when you paint, people don't see actual painting there. I mean, I like say you're doing a bird. Mm-hmm. It's not the bird. It's the way that you do the bird, the way you put those colors there, and people see you, how you,
through
that
bird.
Relationship of your spirit and that things. It's art is, for me, is the explanation. The spirit explains itself through the body, the arm, hands, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And so, why did you? I'm curious. I've never heard of using the wax. You know, I don't know much about art, but I've never heard of using wax in order to start painting.
Not too many people, but it's It goes back to the Roman times, to the Egyptian times. We have lots of paintings from Egyptian time. It's been preserved until now.
Does it add I'm imagining, does it add a certain texture to the painting?
It adds textures, yes,
okay,
and that's the beautiful. I was just seeing Ina's father's painting, and he does it with the acrylic. Acrylic paint, you know.
Right.
So this same thing. This leaves layers of with spatula. I work a painting would be maybe 200-300 layers. Over and over and over, you know, and then you go back and you do it again, and you go over and then you do it again, and then you don't like it, you just bring the hair dryer and rub it again, and so on. It's a struggle. It's
Fantastic. Say one more time. Where can people see your artwork?
On my site, you know, like Hari Ketenjian on Google, you can see those art. I just brought one painting here. I donated to the opera, to my friend there, Javadian.
It's there in the opera house?
It's not in the opera house, in his office where he trains the young opera singers. You can see it there. Nice. And I have, of course, with my friends, my relative, I don't bring them gifts, and that's a gift. They like it, you know. Although I bring gifts too, but
here's an orange and a painting.
Yes, anyway, so I have about 5-6 paintings here. I have paintings in Australia. People bought from me. I have in Greece, Cuba, Mexico, Costa Rica. You name it.
Any exhibitions here in Armenia?
In Armenia, I have. I have about 5 or 6 of them. You know, like with my friends, relatives.
I mean, an exhibition.
Exhibition? No, I'm working on that. But the thing is, here I'm getting old, so I'm not so enthusiastic about doing things like that, like, you know, jumping. You know, all this. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes, you know. But I'll do it.
He has an energy to dance, but
but not enough to organize the exhibition. Huh?
This is getting interesting.
I should keep my mouth shut, not to say everything I feel.
But I think it's coming soon, pretty soon.
Yes.
Hopefully,
it will.
I want to see.
Everything has time.
I will.
Yeah, there is time for everything.
There is time for everything.
Okay, now we have a special surprise for you. Special request from Hari. This is a song about Yerevan. So stay tuned and listen to it with us, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. This is Homesick at Home evening show, Friday night evening show.
Այստեղ եմ ծնվել, ես այստեղ մեծացել, այս ջուրը խմել սառնորա, հազար ճանապարհ ես դու իմ դեմ բացել, իմ լավ հրազատ իմ քաղաք, քարը քարիտ եմ շարել, քեզ հետ հասակ եմ մարել, Երևան քո ամեն շենքի հետ ես իմ կյանքն եմ կապել առհավետ Քեզ մի սիրել եմ իմ վարդագույն ընկեր Քեզ նով ապրել եմ Քեզ միշտ երգել Դու անխավար լույսի տուն Երևան Ամեն հայի հույսի տուն Երևան Դու անխավար լույսի տուն Երևան Ամեն հայի հույսի տուն Երևան Սիրում եմ գարունդ փարթամ ու լուսեր Աշունդ ոսկե մի երաս Նորքիդ բարդիները նազուկ ու վսեմ Զանգվիդ կողակները պիրուզ Քեզ հետ կիսել եմ ես միշտ Թե խնդություն և թե վիշտ Ին Երևան քո կանաչ արդի հետ Ես իմ սիրտն եմ կապել առհավետ Քեզ մի սիրել եմ իմ վարդագույն ընկեր Քեզ նով ապրել եմ Քեզ միշտ երգել Դու անխավար լույսի տուն Երևան Ամեն հայի հույսի տուն Երևան Դու անխավար լույսի տուն Երևան Ամեն հայի հույսի տուն Երևան Անխավար լույսի տուն Երևան Ամեն հայի հույսի տուն Երևան Դու անխավար լույսի տուն Երևան Ամեն հայի հույսի տուն Երևան
Радио
Ван. Реклама на Радио Ван. Нас слушают красивые.
Դուք ունեք հաղորդագրություն Վիվարոից։ Հենց այսօր մեծ ուրբաթ մրցաշար Վիվարո բլոթում 1,200,000 դրամ մրցանակային ֆոնդով։ Մանրամասները vivaro.am կայքում։ Իդեպ Վիվարո բլոթում ամեն ուրբաթ խաղարկվում է 1,200,000 դրամ։
Շահավետ առաջարկը Յունիբանկից բոլոր նրանց համար, ովքեր արդեն ունեն գործող հիպոթեկային վարկեր։ Տեղափոխեք ձեր վարկը Յունիբանկ 15 տարի մարման ժամկետով եւ ընդամենը 10% տարեկան տոկոսադրույքով ԱՄՆ դոլարի դեպքում։ Առաջարկը գործում է մինչև սույն թվականի հունիսի 30-ը։ Յունիբանկ 59 55 55 եւ 3W unibank.am
Академия радио приглашает экспертов радиоиндустрии на 3-й международный форум русскоязычных вещателей. Москва, 19 мая. Мультимедийный пресс-центр МИА «Россия сегодня». Новые тренды в развитии теле- и радиовещания в странах СНГ и Западной Европы. Обмен опытом между профессионалами. Самая большая дискуссионная площадка для русскоязычных вещателей. Москва, 19 мая. Мультимедийный пресс-центр МИА «Россия сегодня». Подробности на сайте Российской академии радио.
Уважаемые ереванцы и гости столицы, Mezzo Production рекомендует ничего не планировать на вечер 3 июня, потому что у вас свидание. Свидание с настоящей звездой. Иван Дорн собственной персоной впервые в Ереване. Концерт состоится на открытой площадке Dalma Garden Mall. Заказ билетов по телефону 096 206 208. Mezzo Production. Иван Дорн. 3 июня. Праздник будет.
Չորրորդ միջազգային PR գագաթաժողովը Հայաստանում մայիսի 19-ից 21-ը արտերկրից ժամանած առաջատար խոսնակներ, գործնական սեմինարներ եւ մասնագիտական կապերի հաստատում մեկ վայրում։ Մանրամասների համար զանգահարեք 055 99 22 34 կազմակերպիչ Dim Communications։
Для рекламы звоните 540002.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play.
Whoa, I haven't seen a single deer nor antelope in Armenia.
We have the zoo. Homesick at home.
Yeah, we do have the zoo. It's gonna be open soon, but
wait, is the zoo closed?
Yeah, I think
they're remodeling
for a certain season.
Oh,
okay. So Latino dances. Do you think that a person has to have certain talent to start?
Well, the rhythm is
Learning.
important. Yeah, the rhythm, the tempo is important to have. Yeah. Sometimes I teach women, they're like, it's impossible. They don't have the tempo.
They're like,
I go 1 2 and she goes 3 1 2 3 2 1, all that kind of. And there's sometimes in 2 weeks they pick it up, bang, so nice, because their rhythm is okay, their tempo. You see, in Latin dance, women shouldn't. I mean, she's not. It's not necessary for her to dance.
To lead. Yeah.
Learn exactly how to dance, but with the good partner, a man will make the woman dance.
now I feel pressure.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know if I can do it.
The leading part.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's all the man has to kind of lead, right? Like as you're saying, and so like the woman just kind of reacts and flows with it.
You see, in everything else, the woman is in control, except
we
in
have
Latin dance. It's the man is in control.
Can we have a master class right now?
Yeah.
I'll sit back and watch. You guys go ahead.
1 2 3.
1 2 3 5 6 7. Yeah.
What about art? Do you think that someone should have a talent to be an artist, or you can learn it with your hard work?
Yeah, can anyone become an artist, or is it something that's like an innate ability in some people?
You see, to become an artist, something else. To learn art is something else. Yes, you can learn how to shade, how to make the shapes, how to do all these things. You have to learn it. And after you learn, now you have to express. Just learning a language and then writing anything you want to write. You can write sad stories,
bad
happy stories, porno
stories,
stories, whatever it is, So, but first you need the physical part of it, and then you explain yourself later on with your It's just like the musicians, when you see them, they keep practicing and the reason is because as more they practice that and they make like 120% that they will never gonna make a mistake, okay, and now they can explain themselves with their feeling. So they know. But if you want to explain your feeling and then you're not sure if you practiced enough, then you're in trouble. You're in limbo now.
So first learn your lesson and then improvise, right?
Exactly.
So you have to know the technique, but I mean, do you have to have something to say? I mean, is that, you know what I mean? Like, as a good artist, you have something that you want to share with everybody. You know, am I hearing that correctly?
Yeah, of course. You know, we all have. We are all creatures of sensual spirituality. We are all here for a reason. You know, there is nothing here happen in this universe accidentally.
Oh, we had a question like that. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe that people meet each other for a reason or just accidentally?
Exactly, of course.
So
I mean, even if passing by somebody on the street, but just that look, it has a job to be done by it.
So you're here for a reason, that's for sure.
That's for sure, believe me. I mean, I believe that way, and it's been working so good for me, that thing, you know. I just
nice. We have gotten a lot of positive energy from you tonight.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we hope that the same is happening to you right now.
Oh, thank you for Radio Van to get me here, and I really, you know, I mean, just see, this is what it just happened.
Yeah.
I know Sona got you, and you got it there, and now I got Rocky.
So hello to Sona, by the way.
Yeah, thank you, Sona, for introducing
Sona.
us.
Sona, yes. Hi, Sona.
Hi. Are there any funny stories connected with your work? Be that dancing or singing or art?
Oh, there are lots of them. I don't know, but I mean, I can't remember right away. You know, there are always funny stories. There are always funny stories, things, events, happenings. Yeah, you know, I feel this way. People think that I mean, especially artists, painters, that let's go and then make art and sell it and make a money. You know, for me, I paint, I frame, I stretch my paintings, I take it to the hall, I hang it, I label it, and now that's my part. The other part is for upon somebody that the other power that is going to work there. If it start working, that's fine. If it didn't, so that means next time. Next time. My first exhibition was in a Canadian consulate in Mexico, that San Miguel Allende. I mean, I was no expectation. Just go there, and I met the consul, and she said, "You do this, you do that next year," and then we go there and put the run. And in a week time, everything's sold. And I was like, well, what am I going to do with all this money? You know, and I threw
It's a good problem, no?
And I threw a party.
It's a good problem.
Those days, I used to hang around with one flamenca. She used to teach flamenco, you know, and she was my girlfriend. So she brought everybody and the whole of the consulate, and I hired somebody makes a margarita, like with like this. And then, you know, like it was a party, and I still hear people talk about that. You know, I mean, friends I have, just they go, that was a great party. Everybody was drunk. Everybody.
That was a good party.
That is a good party right there, yeah.
Do you have any advice for people to stay positive? I mean, we spoke earlier about our people, Armenian people, being grumpy sometimes, a little.
Yeah.
So, what's your secret? What's your tips for staying positive in life? Special advice from Harry right now. Right now in Radio Van.
Turn up your radio to know how to be happy.
Yeah.
No, see, people back home, they ask me, how is Armenia? Can I go there? Can I work? Can I make money? I said, listen.
Who are these
You
people?
don't go to Armenia to make money. You come here, as we came, my aunt came here in 1947. She worked hard, she made family, and now they are Armenians, whatever. See, I always quote John F. Kennedy. He says, it's not what you do, it's not what your country does to you, it's what you do to your country. You know, this is it. You don't come here to make money, but to make a living, to get your kids going in the school, and being Armenians, and that's all it is, I think, for me. You know, that's how I believe in it. See, like for me, I say, I mean, if I were here in Armenia as an artist, I would have been Armenian artist. You know, ժողովրդային վաստակավոր նկարիչ. And that's something else. I don't know where I am now. Where I'm in a part of here, I could have been in Greece. I could have been lived in Los Angeles. But this is the important thing. You know, when I got my passport, I said, now I belong to Armenia. Not Armenia belong to me. Rather, I belong to Armenia now.
Do you think it's harder for an Armenian artist to be here in Armenia?
To make a living, yes. But if they don't get married and they don't support, they don't have kids, they have to do just like me. Support the art and you know, live very, very moderately, you know, that's it. You're okay.
Sure.
Yes. But to make a family, to have a wife and buy her a fur coat and a boot and a Mercedes and come on, give me a break. You have to go to America.
Rafi is gonna change his mind.
Moving to Canada.
What is your favorite book? Do you have a favorite book?
Book, yeah. You see, I don't read books like as a novel. One of my really great book authors, like I read Tolstoy. Sorry, Leo Nikolaevich Tolstoy, right? That's how I like it. It's not before. It's after what he converted to Christianity, I think. But after he got the awakening. That's what I read. I read people like Neil Donald Walsh. Conversations with God. That's a very good, inspiring thing for me. I read Deepak Chopra, you know, things like that. But with Armenian stuff, I have my two books that I used to study in back home long time ago. I have them there. I mean, like a textbook, right? All our writers like Baronian, Bavedikian, Levon Shant, all these people were there. So I read that over and over and over again. You know, this is stuff. But as a novel stuff, I don't know. I don't. You know, I read mostly spiritual books. You know, things that makes me realize who I am, what the hell I'm doing here in this level of existence. Yeah.
On this planet. If you had to take one thing to a deserted island, what would that be? One thing
With me to deserted island. You mean the Castaway movie? You've seen that movie then?
Yeah. Would it be a volleyball? Exactly.
Wilson? No, I'd rather be alone there. Yeah, I'd rather be alone.
Really? I was thinking you would say something like a dance partner.
Yeah, or a guitar.
or a guitar. Yeah,
Wilson, Sam Wilson there, you know. Or Friday will appear sometimes, you know, Friday with the Treasure Island,
yes,
or that
or Khorovat. I don't know.
I can picture Wilson would be an easy partner, though. No, like you could always follow the moves if you're just holding a volleyball, doing your own dance. You know.
I love that movie. That was a great movie. It was a great movie.
Good.
Yeah,
what are your other favorite movies?
And movies? This what's the guy's name? I just forgot. The actor now. Keaton? No, Michael Keaton. We just mentioned it.
Yeah, the man who starred in Castaway.
Castaway.
Tom Hanks.
Tom
Hanks.
Yeah.
That and the Green Miles.
Oh, yeah.
You Got Mail.
Forrest
Gump.
Yeah.
I love that movie. You know, it's just you see. Speaking of things happen to you without knowing, there are forces in the life that happens to you. It will happen to you if you allow them. If you you know, if the glass is empty, you can put water in it. But if the glass is full, what are you going to do? So we are full now. we can't expect.
We're
we can't.
full
we
with
can't
garbage
get, you know.
often.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, our heads.
It's full of.
Come on. Not
Garbage.
literally. Not literally. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I think Harry knows what I mean, Rafi.
Okay.
Do you believe in destiny or?
Ooh, that's good.
Wow.
That's good because I think that's connected to what you're saying. You know, like it's the universe that's kind of telling you what's happening and you're accepting it, right? Am I hearing? Because that's how I kind of feel about.
Or everything is written here, you know, Jakatagir.
No, Jagadakiriya. No, I think when things happen to me, and then I realize, wow, so that was it. I was expecting that. I mean, I see the destiny that way, but I just don't
In retrospect, huh?
put it there and I say I'm going towards my destiny. No.
So
But you moved around a lot, like
free will is there?
Yeah, it's free will
Excuse
when he's
me,
making his own choice. So you've been to what? We have Canada, Baghdad, Canada, Mexico, Armenia, Greece. Is there anything I'm missing on that list? Lebanon, yeah.
And now we go a lot to Cuba.
Cuba.
Every 6 months with friends, we go Cuba, take the
Cuba.
guitar there and sing on the beach and dance salsa and get
You know,
drunk.
Jealous.
the singing is always there with him.
So are there any of these big life changes that happen that you ever regret? Is there any moment where you go, oh, why did I do that? Why did I pick up and move? Or why did I change?
No, not really. No, I mean, I take everything as it comes, you know. So that's what happened. So what I'm gonna do. But there are, like I said, there are some spiritual moment, spiritual. How could I say it? You know, things that Tolstoy write about his in his book Confession. That, you know, I mean, those moments that abyss that you go into, everybody goes in that. And what my praying is, I don't pray, I don't have praying, but my praying is always this.
A dialogue with the universe, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I say, no. I say, please, God, or whoever is that, the power is. I say,
Whoever's
please
listening.
give me the strength. Give me the strength so I can fight my weaknesses. We are all weak. We need that strength, you know. And that, and if that happens, and when I get that, it's for me. There's no money, and no money can replace that wealth.
Amazing person.
Yeah.
Hari.
Thank you.
Visited our studio tonight. Thanks for being with us tonight. Do you have any questions that we can answer, Rafi and I, or I don't know?
Well, I mean, is this your passion? Is this something you like to do and you're doing it?
Yeah, we love doing it. I do.
I enjoy it more and more. My background is more, I was working in I'm a gardener. You know,
Wow.
I work with plants. I grow plants, and back in Seattle, I was doing landscape design, working for the city of Seattle. And I want to follow that passion, but it seems like the universe is telling me to do something else. So now I'm more involved in in entertainment, have
In
the radio
universal
show.
stuff.
Well, I just say yes, like you're saying. You know, I never expected to be doing these things, nor did I go out seeking these things.
Yeah.
But it just kind of happens, and it's pushing me towards that direction.
Yeah.
So it's a newfound passion for me. I didn't realize it was there, but I'm enjoying every moment of it.
Rafi is doing modeling for.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Yeah.
I never thought I would. I'm doing modeling, acting. I have this radio show. You know, it's very interesting. For me.
Voiceovers.
Yeah, voiceovers. I have a voiceover tomorrow.
A rising star on air on Radio Van. Rafi.
Don't resist things.
Love-
Like, I mean,
Exactly, yeah, I
don't say,
agree.
oh, people, what they gonna say if I do this, if I do that. No. This is your life, man. You're in charge of it. You know?
Akhberjan.
Akhberjan. I mean, this is so good. Let's do it every night.
But it reminds me of that movie that was with Jim Carrey. Yeah, Yes Man.
Always say yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
man.
Yes Man. Yeah,
Yes,
like
man.
he just says yes to everything. He just never knows where it takes him, but he always seems to end up in the right place at the very end. You know? You never know.
You never.
Yeah, I think we should always say yes to opportunities, right?
Ladies. Yeah.
Ladies too? Oh my God.
Rafi. Do you want to say hello to your girlfriend?
My girlfriend.
Yeah.
Hello, Afin. How are you?
Hello, Afin.
I hope you made it home all right. She was out at the Yerevan Wine Festival with me.
Oh. So, Harijan, thanks for being with us tonight. We enjoyed having this conversation with you and getting positive energy from you, exchanging it with you as well. I hope this is not the last time we see you. Either it will be in our studio or somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or on the salsa dancing.
Yeah, salsa dancing, guitar playing.
Actually, I would love to go and visit one of those classes.
Okay, before I go, let's go there one night.
All right.
Let's do it. This was Homesick at Home, our evening English-speaking show, and we're here on air every Friday from 9 to 10 p.m. And I would like to remind our listeners that we have a page on Facebook, Homesick at Home, where you can follow our previous shows. And also, we have live broadcasting on our website, www.radiovan.am, which will soon be changed to FM, but now it's currently AM.
It's still
and
AM.
also, and also on our page, Radio Van FM 103.1. Also, you can download the Radio Van application in your smartphones and listen to us anywhere you go around the world.
You can't get rid of us.
Yeah,
you guys can't miss us.
Radio Van connecting people.
And thank you very much. Thank you for you guys. This is a really, really great opportunity for me, and I never thought I can do something like this in Armenia.
No.
You know, last year I had some newspapers write about me, and now this. And what's next? You know. Always opportunities arise in Armenia.
What's coming
next? Thank you very much, Ari. You were a great guest. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good night.
Thanks. This was Homesick at Home. Have a good Friday night and a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Good night, all.
Night.